to Nestled In. If you're new here, my name is Jen, and I am from the great state of Maine, where we are always nestled in for some reason or another. It gets cold up here, but we are enjoying beautiful summer. We just came off a couple of really gross rainy days after a terrible, terrible, long heat wave. But I've been MIA because we had some family things that needed to be cared for, and we actually went out and we visited with my husband's folks for a while. So we were nestled into our camper. So if you've been looking for me, that's where I have been. I'm going to show you today some of my Montessori shelf work that I have for my kids. It's Montessori inspired. I'm told sometimes I mix the Montessori stuff with my old learning center things that I used to do when I was a classroom teacher. However, there's always a reason for them. They're fun, and they're fun to do, and they keep my little ones busy if I need to work on something with my older kid, and then they rotate it around. Or it's just a place to go and play. And I have them put out their mats and get their things one thing at a time to do. So if you've watched a former video, you would know that I am studying with my little ones some marine biology. And we are just taking nibbles out of it. It's from the good and the beautiful, and we will probably circle back and do the full thing. But my 6-year-old really loves the beach and all things ocean right now, so I decided to follow her lead on that, and I found that, and it's free on their website, so I got that, and we are doing that this summer. So with that, I have made some shelves to go along with that. This is the first one. I found these little fish. We actually got these little fish from Chick-fil-A. They were a kids' meal prize. And of course I have 3 little ones, so I got 3 of them. And it's actually a little matching game. So I just kept these, and they make excellent little learning toys and manipulatives. So I took those out, put them in a little box here. So this is all full of these wonderful little fish, heavy coated cardboard, and I put some dice in. I also put this beautiful shark that was actually my son's Valentine box, but I kept it, and now we are using it to feed him some fish. They would spread out their mat, come on little fishy here, and they would shake the dice. My older 6-year-old is working on addition, so she's using 2 of them, rolling them and saying, oh, I got a 2 and a 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then she would take 5 fish and feed 5 fish to the shark. 1, like that. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is that one. My younger ones will just take 1 dice and roll it because they are only working on counting, and they would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then feed 5 fish to the shark. Put it away. The dice and the fishies all go back in this little box, and I have added an Usborne book because you know I am a big Usborne fan. This one is about sharks. These Usborne beginner books, they are great, and my kids love them. They're just right. My 6-year-old can read much of it, not all of it. Sometimes it's hard, but the pictures are great. They have just enough added knowledge there that she really enjoys those. So that is one shelf. Let's see, along with that same under the water or seaside marine biology thing, these I just kept them, and they are actually matching them. My little guy is working on same and different, so he spreads out his mat and he tries to find the 2 matching fish. Whoops, I'm flipping him. 2 matching fish and put them together on his mat. It keeps him busy for a little while, and I tell him he can't stop until Mama looks and sees all the matches across his mat. And he has done a great job with that so far. I also have these Safari Limited tube, and I think my tube is mixed together a little bit. I've got the coral reef and some other underwater sea animals here. I've got a penguin mixed in there and whales and different things, but mostly coral reef is in here. And these, I just let them play with them. I could get some Montessori 3-part cards and put them out, and I may do that and then put them back out with that, but I just put them with some books. Of course, an Usborne book. This one is The Seashore, and they're really enjoying this one. The pictures are beautiful and the reading not quite so hard. These Usborne Young Beginners books, they're great. So I just put out some books that I have been collecting. This came from a free bin at our grocery store. So this is Fun Facts for Curious Kids about underwater animals. This one came from Ollie's, which we left the state. We don't have Ollie's around here, but Ollie's is wonderful. Maybe if you live near me, Ollie's would be like a Martin's or a Rennie's. So I found these, and this one is up close pictures of underwater animals and whatnot, and they like that. There's a lot of information in here, so if you have older kids, that would be perfect for them too. This is another free bin find. Who's at the Seashore? Probably can still find it online. Look at that. On Amazon or something. Those are my picks for books, and they just take out the books. They can match them up or try to find the animal that they have here in the books, or just read if they would like to. This little one is for mostly my little guy, but my 4-year-old also enjoys this. I found these little lacing beads, and they're, you know, underwater creatures, dolphins, fish, octopus. There's a crab there, and as you can see, someone has been busy. They just string those together, and I grabbed some beads that are just a little bit smaller than those Melissa and Doug ones. My kids are a little bit past those, and these were just in Walmart's crafting section. I just threw those in, and they're doing some beading. Great for fine motor skills. And my little guy had this Usborne book, Under the Sea, and it's very simple pictures that he just sits and loves, and sometimes he grabs the tube here too to go with it. So that is one. Along with the lacing and those fine motor skills, I put out some lacing cards. My girls really enjoy doing these, and I just got these for free. I'll try to find the link, but check Pinterest. You can find so many of these things, and put out some little laces to go with them, and those are summertime things like sand toys and beach balls, popsicles, and whatnot. So that is another one. Fine motor skills. So we've got, let's see, we've got ABCs, we've got matching, we've got more fun in reading, we've got next ABCs. I've got, now this is an old game that I have kept for years and years. This belonged to my oldest daughter, who's 25 now. You may be able to still find it. Discovery Toys. It was a big thing back then, and I've kept it, and all of my kids have really enjoyed it. So if you can find it, good luck. You can find it maybe on Amazon, I don't know, or eBay, but it's like a bingo game. Everybody gets a card, and they set up their little ocean here. This opens up, and all of these little fish and mermaids and sharks are in the, like the coral reef here or something. Then they would get their magnetized fishing pole, fish for things. I've got a W here, and then they would try to find that matching on their card. Now this is a bingo game. However, I have it out just for individual work. They can switch the card, they can match them up, and I only put one thing in here, one fishing pole in And so we will play this game probably as a family too, but for individual work, they can just do the matching of the sea animals. And so that's for ABCs. We've got math, we've got ABCs, we've got fine motor skills. This one is a cutting exercise. I just found these. This is a summertime thing, bugs. It doesn't really have anything to do with underwater, but it's summer and there's different things that they would cut. So I just put the strips in here very simply and some scissors. So there's straight lines, triangle shapes up and down, wavy lines, and just put them here and put them there for them to do. Their cuttings, the things that they do, they just put them back in the little tray. Super easy peasy. This one, going along with that bug summertime theme. Here's my Safari Limited bugs. Okay. And because this activity required more than what was available in the tube, and I didn't want to buy more of those, they're kind of expensive, although they're very nice. Target Dollar Spot is the coolest. These are little erasers that I got at Target, so I just added those to make sure we had enough to go around. So there's butterflies, there's bees, there's caterpillars, ladybugs, and we just put those in there. So they have these, and then they have these leaves, and the leaves all have numbers on them. So they would take the leaf, put it on their mat. Okay, this is a 2. Put it on their mat, and then take the tongs. So here's a little bit more fine motor skills, and count that many. 1, 2, and put that on there. And then they would finish all of those leaves, fill them up with the right number of bugs, and let me see them, and we would check them. Or they could just play with them. If you don't want to check them, that's all right. I will try to link that little activity below. And then for the book that I always put a book in, I put in Over in the Meadow. It has bugs in it and frogs in it and different kinds of animals. You know, it doesn't have just bugs, but it's a good one. And they seem to know this book. I read it so much that they like still taking it and going, Buzz, said the mama, wee Buzz, said the bee. So they enjoyed that one. So there's some numbers, alphabet, math. Here's fine motor skills and cutting and books. Here's the last one. This one, here's an Usborne book about shapes, the lift of flaps, that we are such huge fans of in this family. And this has different things like that you find, but this is the shapes one. So there's another one that I have that's colors, and they really enjoy these. But this activity is about shapes. So Target Dollar Spot again, found this little puzzle wheel. And these little cards are from Green Urban Creative, and I will link that below. But on their mat, they would lay out these cards and pop out the little shapes. So here's a triangle, and match them to their card. And the colors aren't always the same, so they really have to look and be careful to match them up. There's a little bit of fine motor with your puzzles. There's visual learning of the colors and matching them up. So my 6-year-old, she's a little bit past this one. She doesn't go for this one, but my 4-year-old is learning these shapes, and my little guy, he might as well learn shapes right now. He is big time working on some colors. We thought for a while he may be colorblind, but he seems to be getting them now, so not sure. He's only 3, so you know, kids take their time at some things sometimes. So that is for him mostly, and my 4-year-old is enjoying that as well. So that goes in one tray. Those are my shelves for right now, for a couple weeks in the summer here. I hope you enjoyed what I have here, what I've collected for my kids, go ahead and try some of these. It's fun for them. They sit and they're busy for a little bit if you need to work with your older kid, or they just go and play with them sometimes, and it's wonderful. And they're learning and they're doing things that they don't really realize that they're learning, and so that makes it great. If you like this kind of comment, give me a like and subscribe, and soon I will be putting out my curriculum haul for this coming fall, so watch for that, and I will see you in the next video. What's that?